I'd have to say my favorite game of all time would have to be M&M Kart Racing for the Wii. Just kidding. No, I'd say it would definitely be Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo slash DS, mainly because the DS adds more stuff and links in Chrono Cross into it to where it makes more sense. Just the plot for Chrono Trigger is amazing. Going through the planet's history with a group of friends to save it from lavas throughout the whole timeline of the planet's history, seeing how your actions will affect both that present timeline you're in as well as the future events, such as leaving Robo behind to clean up or to change the desert into a fertile landscape 400 years later, or going and leaving the rainbow shell in a spot and coming back 65 million years later to have it be something else. Also, just the characters that are in there is like Magus going through the game, finding out his backstory, thinking he's the main villain, to see him kind of end up being not really a hero, but like an anti-hero that joins up with the group. Also, just the mechanics for it, the time travel feature was done pretty well, as opposed to a lot of other time travel games I've played. It's pretty fluid. You see how like I said earlier, you see how your actions affect the timeline from that point moving forward. The technique feature that was in there, depending on which group of people you have in your party, affects the different moves you can do as far as double text and triple text. The New Game Plus feature, which I believe was the first game to do that, where after you beat the game, you're able to use your team to get the different endings depending upon which timeline you want to go and beat the final boss in. I believe there's like 20 or so different endings. The music for that game is fantastic, from start to finish, except for one era, just the future era. It's bleak. The music's supposed to be bleak. I understand that, but it's just like, you can't get better than either the Battle with Magus or the Kingdom of Zeal's themes. I believe those are the two best ones in that whole game. Also the fact that you can have characters die in that game depending on what you choose to do, and that'll also affect the endings too. I haven't seen many games do stuff like that. It was just an RPG that was done so well and done in a time before they had DLC patches for everything. So it's as a complete game and package, it's perfect, and you're just not going to see games like that anymore. So that's why it's my favorite game.